All right, guys, Austrian Hispanic here, and I want to talk to you guys about a few things. We're going to go over the markets for the coming week. It's July 1st. So, first thing I want to go over is my trading plan and the way that I'm developing it, and I'm learning from pros. I kind of realized going into this is you have to understand a few things before you even get into the markets, before you even put money down and start opening positions. There's a few things that are crucial, and I came to the conclusion that you have to trade like smart money, trading like the institutions, the market makers. So there's a few things that I'm learning, and I want to pass that along to you guys. And here's my rules for trading. As you know, I'm working with Apiary. They're a great fund. They trade in the FX markets exclusively. Um, but rule, I think this is not even my rule number one. This is how I should live my life: is trading. I'm sorry, not trading, but doing things with a clear mind and having a focus. So trading with a clear mind. Don't open positions when you're stressed, when you're in a bad mood, when you have your problems at home. Uh, Meditation, I've seen it being done. I don't know if you guys ever watched this show called Billions. Great. The protagonist, Bobby Axelrod, and the district attorney in the show, they meditate, and it's one of these things that even hedge fund managers and the big guys, they meditate because it's just crucial. It clears your mind. Rule number one is capital preservation. Before learning to make money, it's crucial to learn to not lose money. So my rule number one is don't have positions. Don't risk more than 1% of your portfolio on any given position. Retail traders are taught to put as much money on a position. They give them so much. These brokers, they give them so much leverage, and they teach them these nonsense. Uh, Technical analysis that at the end of the day is just going to swindle them out of money. But my rule number one is don't trade more than 1% out of from your portfolio on any given position. Rule number two is learning the fundamentals. And I'll go to our Forex factory here, and this is our economic reports for the coming week. July 1st. I'm sorry, today's July 1st, July 2nd through the 6th. So we go through, we're scrolling down, we can see that a big report, because it's in red, is our manufacturing PMI. That's for the British pound. You trade the pound dollar, or the pound euro, or anything to do with the pound. You want to look at this report. Since I like, I think the biggest, I believe that one of the biggest factors on most pairs is the dollar, because dollars it's mostly half. I think it's like 90% of trading is with the dollar. So let's on the second we have our ISM, and that's our if we open this up, that's our Institute of Supply Management. It is what is it based on? I don't know. Let's look into it. It's a level of distribution index based on surveyed purchasing managers from manufacturing industry. So it has to do with manufacturing. Uh, I think most important thing is the numbers. Let's go into the numbers. So we go. This is I believe on a month-to-month basis. So our projection is, that's our projection. Jesus, let me see. What comes? 57 or whatever, 50. Yeah, this is our projection. So that's what the forecasters believe that number to be. You know what? I don't have enough information on what that statistic actually does, but it's important because this is what traders are looking at. There's a bunch of reports coming out every day, for the most part. You got construction spending month to month. ISM manufacturing prices, and here's another one. If you're trading the Australian dollar, uh, you got all these reports, but understanding your fundamentals, it's very crucial. What's the overall sentiment of the market? Are the bulls in control? Are the bears in control? Is it trading sideways? Are we in consolidation phase? Uh, where's the market going? And as Anton Krill of the Institute of Trading and Portfolio Management, the big wigs, they know these numbers, or not know these numbers, but they anticipate these numbers a month in advance. So they do their due diligence. These guys know what the market's looking like. Keeping up with economic reports. Forex Factory is a great website. I know there's many out there, but that's what I use. Uh, who are the industry? How does the industry work? Again, I think that kind of goes into what is money, especially in Forex. What is money? How does it work? Where does it come from? Who are the market makers? I know like Goldman's, man, they're the big fish in a in their respected field. Uh, Mosaic theory. That's another one that's my rule number 3 that I'm developing. And mosaic theory has to do with piecing together public and non-public information, or public and not so public information, to determine direction of the market. That goes kind of these two kind of go together. The fundamentals, and I should probably incorporate those two. Time horizons. How long are you in a position for? How long you should be in a position for before you start taking profit, or you have your stop loss. Uh, so these are 4 rules. Really, there's 3. I'll incorporate them later on. But if we go into let's go into economic calendar. So tomorrow ISM numbers. So the forecast is 58.2. Previously it was 58.7, and let's see how this works. So it's a leading indicator of economic health. Businesses react quickly to market conditions, and their purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current and relevant insight into companies' view on the economy. It's released monthly, but it doesn't say what's the baseline or what how does that number work. I'll look into it and I'll get back to you guys on that, on how this number works. But so we got that. Tuesday, let's look at our dollars, because I mostly trade the euro, dollars, gold and silver. That's what I feel comfortable with right now. Down the road, I'll get into other pairs. I'll get into equities and derivatives and all that other good stuff. But right now, let's focus on one thing. Let's ace this first. So we have British pound. Let's look. What is this? Oh, another thing that it's interesting is how the Federal Reserve and central bank folks, when they talk, you should listen, because these guys, when they're another market maker. They dictate interest rates and monetary policy and all this good stuff. So paying attention to Jay Powell and all these guys, the BOE, the BOJ, the European Central Bank. Listen to what they have to say, because that's gonna it's gonna tell you again the sentiment of the market. Crude oil inventory is coming in on Thursday. We got our FOMC minutes. FOMC minutes. That's what is that? The federal. What is it? What's the acronym for that? What is it called? It's a Federal Open Market Committee. There you go. It's the Board of Governors and Jay Powell. They released their minutes on the outlook of the economy. More hawkish than expected is good for economy. So hawkish is high interest rates. Dovish is lower interest rates. We have depending on your school of thought. If you have Austrian economic school of thought, Keynesian economic school of thought, you're gonna take these numbers and apply them to your philosophy, as I believe. Again, I'm just learning. I'm going down this educational path, and I'm taking you guys along with me. But again, crucial FOMC meetings. Friday, we got a few of these coming up on Friday. We got average hourly earnings month to month. We got our non-farm payroll employment, non-farm employment change, and then unemployment rates. Very very big number. It's projected to stay the same. Uh, So now let's see what the markets wrapped up on the week for this past week, or Friday specifically, and we're gonna go into our currency market specifically. So the euro jumped more than half a cent on Friday. So that's half a cent. That's half a cent. I think that's 50 pips. Uh, on Friday, after European Union leaders reached an agreement on migrant authority, a thorny issue that threatens EU unity, because you have this new wave of populism going on in Europe, and especially in Italy. Italy's countries like saying, "Hey, we don't, we're tired of all these migrants coming in, and for whatever reasons they have, uh, they want reform immigration policy." So that's what Angela Merkel is trying to figure out, as she's the head honcho in the EU. I call her Angela. I don't want to call her Angela. It's Angela. But so the euro rose as high as $1.16 and 50. So there was a big change. Let's see how our dollar was. I mean, our euro. So we go into this candle. What is this right here? This one is our. Uh, this is interesting. We don't have for the 29th. We have the 30th. Oh man. Okay. No problems. We won't look into that now. Uh, let's see if we can pull it up here. Let's go into our technical chart. We're gonna go on our daily. Yada yada. So this is our daily chart. No, let's go on our daily chart. So we see this nice green candle here, and our low was it opened at 115.71 and it closed at 116.85. So this is a nice green candle. You know what, I would almost put these two together and call this an engulfing candle, because it's engulfing this bearish candle here. So I do see a rally coming in the euro dollar, and it seems like we're reaching this resistance level here, and this one's going to be our next resistance level right here, or resistance zone. So right now the market, I believe tomorrow the markets are going to test this resistance, and I believe that it's gonna break this resistance and come up to this zone over here. So let's it might not. Who knows? You never know. No, nothing's guaranteed in the markets, but that's what I'm assuming, and that's if we go into our dollar index, it's inverse. It's interesting how it's inverse of the euro dollar, because a dollar index is just a basket of dollar pairs, like the dollar euro, the dollar pound, the dollar franc, the dollar yen. So it takes this basket of currencies, and it creates the dollar index. So we see this bearish candle here, again, engulfing candle. I would call this I wouldn't even call this an engulfing candle, because this is still bearish, but this is a bullish candle. Again, we're going to reach this support zone here at some point. there's guys out there, Austrian economists like that I follow, Peter Schiff, that I always keep up with, Mises Institute, and I always, keep up with your fundamentals, your values, your philosophy, how you look at the market, and I think it's crucial. If you're looking at a Bloomberg or MSNBC, or these networks that the other retail traders look at, they're always going to tell you what the opposite of the real thing is. Or in my opinion, they're what they do is uh, essentially, if whatever they're trying to sell you, they're going to incorporate it into their newscast. But these numbers don't lie. This is where the numbers don't lie. This is it's very crucial to understand what are the players in the market. Going back to institutions, hedge funds, uh, all the retail traders, what positions do they open, and what present, who makes money, who doesn't make money. That's what it boils down to. Who's making pips, who's not making pips. So we're going into euro dollar. Let's see what this is. This is second 29th. This is the 30th. This is today. Nice pop in the euro. All right, guys. This is for. Oh Jesus. All right, guys. This is Austrian Hispanic. My first webisode. Thank you guys for just hanging in there with me and learning as I learn, and hopefully we can both make some pips and some money in the market. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add this to my trading plan. Is my why, my why, my why. Why do I trade? And everybody's different on why they trade. My why is, it's simple. It's just taking care of my loved ones, and taking a little pressure off life. We all have problems, and some of our problems are financial. So that's my why for now. Down the road, I would love to travel and take some pleasure in, and take my family out on trips down the road. Right now, I just want to learn how the markets work, so I can uh, take care of my family, take care of my mother, and I think that's my why. So figure out your why, and then let's go on this journey together. All right, guys. Austrian Hispanic signing out.